Imagine bringing your newborn baby home from the hospital and holding it, and imagining the future that you two are going to have together. Now imagine that future not being possible. Most parents bring their children home from the hospital with little to no knowledge of SIDS. If there was a disease that could take your child from you in the middle of the night with no warning, wouldn't you want to know about it? I became interested in this topic when a close family friend lost a grandchild during an everyday nap. SIDS is a tragic incident in which no family should have to go through. What is SIDS? The Mayo Clinic defines SIDS as unexplained death, usually during sleep, of a seemingly healthy child less than a year old. SIDS is also sometimes called crib death because the children die in their cribs while sleeping. The most vulnerable time for children to experience SIDS is at 2 to 3 months, but however, it can have risk factors all the way up to a year old. In the U.S. alone, there are 2,500 cases of SIDS each year. About 67% of those cases are boys. So what causes SIDS? The cause of SIDS is unknown, but however, researchers have found new factors that make infants more vulnerable. One cause of SIDS is brain abnormalities. The brain is not matured enough in the areas that affect breathing and arousal from sleep. Therefore, the infant forgets to wake up, forgets to breathe, and loses its life. Another cause is low birth weight, being a preemie, or being part of a multiple birth. This could cause the brain not to be fully developed and not able to support the child, causing it to lose its life. However, the number one factor that causes SIDS is the sleep environment in which the child is in. It is said that babies who sleep on their sides or their bellies, soft surfaces, or co-sleep with parents are all at a very increased risk of SIDS. So how do we prevent it? Just like there's no concrete reason for SIDS, there's also no cure, but there are ways to lower the risk. Studies show that babies who were breastfed are at a lower risk for SIDS because they're more alert and more awake and more active. Another way to prevent SIDS is to make sure that you don't overheat or overdress the child. When you put the child to bed, make sure that they're in a fitted onesie, no extra socks, no extra blankets, anything like that, anything that can suffocate them or make them too hot and forget to breathe. One other way to prevent SIDS is to put the child to sleep on its back, on a crib that is bare, a fitted bed sheet, and that's it. No extra pillows, no extra blankets, nothing that the baby can get suffocated on. The main reason that causes SIDS is co-sleeping with the parent. It is said if you sleep with the baby in the same room, it is better because you are able to hear the baby. If the baby wakes up, if the baby stops breathing, you'll know. But if you let the baby sleep in the same bed with you, there's more things that it can get choked on, more things that it can get suffocated through. Blankets, humans, pillows, anything that's in the bed is a potential risk. So, sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS, is a terrible, terrible way to lose a child. No family should ever, ever have to deal with this. Sudden infant death syndrome is very horrible and traumatic, but I believe that if parents are sent home from the hospital with more knowledge, it can lead to more prevention and more babies being alive rather than babies losing their lives. So the next time you or someone you know brings home a newborn baby, make sure that you or they know the risk of SIDS and how simple things such as laying the child on his or her back or making sure there's not enough blankets in the bed, that can lower the risk and it can prevent it. Remember, sleeping with your baby for one night is not ever worth the risk of never getting to watch him or her sleep again.